I kind of got myself into a little situation.
Mm.
I started doing comedy about a year ago.
Hmm.
Uh,
A lot of offers to, hey, why don't you come over and we can write some jokes from loser open micers, I'm guessing.
yeah, all the time, of course. And and of
Okay.
course I've like fallen for it.
Of course.
And
Yep. Yep.
I've hooked up with like a few other open micers.
Mm-hmm.
And
Classic
I don't know, I
stuff.
feel yeah, I just feel like everyone in my scene kind of like hates me now. Like I feel like a lot of the
Yeah.
other guys like either are mad because I don't want to hook up with them anymore, or like maybe mad because I like hooked up with their friend and not them. Like
Yep.
I don't know,
That's
or maybe they just don't
you're.
like me
I mean,
generally.
no, no, no. You're. It's
But
exactly what's going on.
huh?
That's 100% what's going on. Is that's like once you like these are all guys that don't really get pussy, and then a hot girl comes around, and then they're like, oh, because she's mentally ill in this specific way, if I can fuck her before she realizes what a bad idea this is, some sort of get in there, and then the rest will resent them for getting to fuck you, and then yeah, it's just, and then the unfair thing is they stop considering you. Like that's the other thing. Open micers are so self-centered, and they all think they're going to be famous anyway. That they all have like
Mhm.
main character shit, and they stop thinking of you as like your own person who's also trying to get good at comedy, and they just see it as like, oh, what the fuck? She fucked that guy. I'm funnier than him. She should have fucked me. So anyway, there's a lot of that. There's a lot of that. Let's go. I think you're absolutely correct in your diagnosis here.
Yeah, I guess I'm just not sure what to do because like you said, I am trying to get better at comedy. And like I just feel kind of uncomfortable in these spaces
Sure.
now.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um and I guess I just am not sure how to like pivot or if there is a way. I'm like, am I just supposed to go like to another scene an
No.
hour away? Like, what the fuck am I supposed to do?
No. But unfortunately, this is like. I mean, this is just like a thing that is probably a tactical error, if nothing else. Like, there's literally no judgment here. Obviously, like, there's no like I will never fault a girl for being attracted to comedians because that's clearly I am the guys the idiots that you're talking about, and these open mics is who I was for the first, from age 19 to 26. So I
Mm.
can't fault you, but I think from now on, it's just the kind of thing where you're like, oh, that was probably a mistake. You did kind of fall. Like, I mean, I do remember that weird, like, stars in your eyes feeling of being a comedian who just started, an open micer who just started, and like somebody who's like hosted at your local comedy club to you is a fucking star, let alone like
Yeah.
somebody who's like on, like, I remember opening for someone who had like done Conan and they didn't even do well, but I was like, I just met fucking Meryl Streep as far as I'm concerned. So it's like I understand where
Mhm.
that's coming from because like I remember thinking just like other open micers who were good were like gods to me when I was 19, and
Yeah.
these are 24-year-olds. And so if I was a girl who could have gotten attention from people that I respected by fucking them, I would have done it. You know what I mean? But it would have also, by the way, the thing you learn is that they're not special at all. You know what I mean? These are
Yeah.
just people. It gets demystified, and then you realize like, oh, I probably, for me, it was just like, oh, I shouldn't have like offered to drive that guy home so that I could pick his brain
Mhm.
about comedy more. For you, it's like, oh, I probably shouldn't have sucked that guy off in his mom's house. You know what I mean? Which is like, but that's okay. We all like kind of are so excited for it that you sort of like make some mistakes. And the good news is it's like this ultimately has nothing to do with comedy, right?
Yeah.
And like, yes, are these people going to be kind of shitty to you? Maybe, but if they are pieces of shit, right?
Mhm.
And what you're there for is stand up, is the open mic, is your material, and you can even make jokes. Like the other thing is like if somebody's treating you this way, they're being fucking childish, and you could make jokes about it. Now, I think a lot of comedians make the mistake of referring to them being comedians too much. I would keep it general. I would keep it about like, people you've hooked up with treating you weird. I
Mhm.
wouldn't talk about it in terms of like inter open mic, politics. Like that's not interesting.
Yeah.
A big thing I see with or like young comics is like half their material is about being a comedian, and it's so pathetic and not. Either not, you know what I mean? Like you're just trying to learn it. But the good news is, like I said, this shit sucks. They're gonna be kind of fucking weird, whatever. But all you're there for is the stand up, right? Like that's the way you actually get better. The people who see open mics as like a form of bowling or a form of like their social life. Yeah, obviously I've become friends with some comedians over the years, but the people that really care about it as a social scene, they don't really get that much better, or there's a real ceiling to it. So if what you really care about is being good, it doesn't matter how these people treat you. It'll make it a little more annoying, sure, but like I don't know. When I was doing open mics, I didn't really give a fuck about anybody else. I gave a fuck about whether my jokes were hitting or not, and the people that I eventually befriended were the people that I respected for working hard and that were actually funny. And when I was funny enough, they also respected me. And what we talked about was comedy, and sort of our friendship would kind of come after that, right? Secondary to that. Like that's how even some of my best friends in comedy now, that's how we sort of bonded, was over stand-up. So, you know, you sort of you're over the like starstruck, wow, this is so cool phase, and you realize like, oh, this actually sucks. Being an open micer is one of the worst things a human being can be. I'm surrounded by fucking, human sludge, and I have to work really hard to just be good at stand up. And that's really the answer here, is that like you're sort of done being a bright-eyed, bushy-tailed, aw shucks open micer. Now you're like, oh, this shit sucks dick, actually. I don't really like these people. I should just worry about my jokes. And, some of us come out of it more unscathed than others, right? Like, so I'm sure you had to hear about the podcast some guy is about to get off the ground ad nauseum. You know what I mean? But, like, that's kind of my advice. All that matters in stand-up is getting up and doing stand-up, and it's hard enough already without you worrying about the social dynamics of your scene. All that matters is getting good stage time. And look, can that be complicated because some of these people like book shows? Sure, but like ultimately, if you're funny enough, you'll get on stage.
Yeah, I don't think I've lost any stage time like at all because of this. I just like, I don't know. Like, I think also part of it is like maybe guys don't like women doing comedy and kind of are just like, oh, she's getting spots that I should be getting. Like, I'm funnier than her. She's newer. Like, I don't know. I think it's also part of that. And maybe more of it than anything.
And listen, that's part of it. And I definitely, and like, here's the other thing. Like, the flip side of like having to deal with like misogyny or people being weird to you because you didn't hook up with them is that like realistically, like I've booked shows. Sometimes you just don't want 8 fucking white guys, so you'll get someone who's maybe newer, who's a woman. You know what I mean? Like that does happen. So there's a flip side to it. Like, but that doesn't matter at all. Like, take advantage of everything you can because this shit sucks and is hard, and the odds are stacked against you. Sorry to cut you off. You had another point to make?
No, honestly, that makes me feel a lot better. I kind of was like, damn, am I cooked? Like, am I done? Like, because I hooked up with a couple of these guys.
No.
I feel like if you focus on just like getting funnier and better, like that's the thing, like no one can take away from you, and
absolutely
that's what's gonna make the guy who's like, oh, that dumb slut wouldn't fuck me. That's what's gonna make that guy one day be like, hey, wait, how's she opening on this really good show or doing whatever? And like, you just have to like get better with your head up high, and like that's 100%. That's what'll like carry you through or whatever.
Yeah, and by the way, it gets to the point where like I remember being in New York and seeing the guys that did this over and over again. And when you actually get to the level of funny people, the guy is the pathetic one. Like we all remember being a fucking young idiot who thought semi-successful comedian was more impressive than they are. And it's like, so yeah, you're not cooked. You just sort of like, you just like, whatever. You made those. I mean, this is like the most classic open. Like anytime a hot woman starts doing open mics, it's like, let's see which fucking losers descend on her first. Like that is the most standard shit of, especially if she's young. It's like, I'll have that thought of like, man, this poor girl has no idea, the first 6 months of this, how fucking stupid they're gonna be.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. It's kind of hard too, because yeah, like you said, they're funny guys. Like I am attracted to them in a way for some reason. But okay, I guess I'll just have to
Ultimately
and
just
focus more on what I'm doing.
Exactly. I mean, that's really what it comes down to. Is like most people are just not gonna fucking are not gonna be good at comedy, and like all that matters is being good at comedy. And like there are people that I don't like that I'll put on my show because they're funny and I respect them, and it's like all you can do is get good at comedy, and the other shit doesn't really matter.
Okay. Well, thank you, Stav. That is like so helpful.
Yeah.
I feel a lot better. Seriously.
Yeah. Get out there. Keep doing mics.